I want to bring in NBC's Garrett Haake and Brendan Buck, former press secretary to former House Speakers Boehner and Ryan. He is also an MSNBC political analyst. So, Garrett, we're now just 3 days away. Trump still hasn't announced his running mate. Any thoughts on when that announcement may come?
Well, Jose, my understanding from my reporting is that Trump still hasn't decided on who his running mate will be. And so one begets the other. And at this point, the campaign is essentially in a waiting mode for him to make that decision and then communicate it to them. He really has the sort of field open to him between now and Monday or Tuesday early in the convention, when the formal nominating process would begin for both he and for a vice presidential nominee. You're going to have that name by either Monday or Tuesday, depending on how the campaign or the convention schedule comes together. But Trump has said publicly many times that he would prefer to announce the old school way at the convention itself for two reasons. I think, number one, it maximizes the drama of a convention process that has become, frankly, boring to a lot of people. It's basically a political infomercial over 4 days. And the other is, as long as the headlines for his opponent, President Biden, continue to be as bad as they have been, why disrupt your opponent when he seems to be losing support from his own party by having a big story about you and your running mate instead?
Yeah, Brendan, what do you think are the things that Trump could still be considering?
Well, let me just say it's remarkable if he has not already decided who he wants to pick. I was working for Paul Ryan when he was named VP in 2012, and the coordination and planning that goes into rolling somebody out. We got Paul Ryan on a aircraft carrier in Virginia for a big announcement. The fact that he hasn't figured that out yet is stunning. Obviously we've heard that it's come down to Rubio, Burgum, and Doug Vance. My sense is that it's going to be someone like a Vance, because unlike in previous years past, where Donald Trump needed a Mike Pence to sort of unify the party and make people feel more comfortable, none of that really matters anymore. Where a J.D. Vance, who's much more naturally populist, much more naturally aligned with Donald Trump's ideology and can frankly explain it better than Donald Trump can, makes much more of a natural fit. I don't think he's looking for someone to be a real governing partner that might call for a Doug Burgum, but rather someone who can go out there and make the case for why this nationalist populist approach to politics is the right path forward.
Brendan, Trump is going to this convention with the polls pretty much even. His lead in the polls has not grown significantly, even over these last 2.5 weeks. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I think they need to be really careful going into this convention. I think a lot of Democrats, ironically, are excited to have everybody turn over to look at Republicans. Obviously, they want to turn the page from what's going on with Biden. But it's a reminder that a lot of people don't like Donald Trump either. And we have this interesting dynamic where whoever is most talked about tends to do worse. And so if, the focus is on Joe Biden, he does poorly. If the focus is on Donald Trump, he does poorly. But of course, a convention by its nature is 3 days, 4 days of propaganda for why you should vote for Donald Trump and not Joe Biden. So you would expect that he's going to get some type of bump at it. But my advice to them would be careful on the age thing. Of course, you want to bring it up. Of course, you want to score some points. But if you go too far and you look like a bully, that could boomerang on you. Nobody likes a bully. So they need to be careful in how they raise the Biden age issue.
Garrett Haake and Brendan Buck, thank you.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.